Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank you for joining us via the internet for Christian Freedom International for the program. My name is Kirsten Leithner, and I'm the newest member to the board, and actually my first time to Thailand. And it's been a great experience so far, the time that I've been here. At this time, we're going to have an opening prayer by one of our students. Amen. And at this time, we're going to have a song by our student as well. throughout the Old Testament to God's people just really brings together the whole picture of where we are today and what comfort and the rest we can draw from what the people in the Old Testament learned. Going all the way back from Genesis, where you can see Adam and Eve, the choices that they made, to Noah, about the flood. There was people at that time who chose bad, and there was a consequence to that choice. Throughout the Old Testament, you see the promise by God to his people, and it was a covenant. And that's peace and rest that we can rely on. The other day when I was traveling to here, and we were talking about baptism. And one of the things that immediately popped into my head was when Christ was baptized, God saw his son. And what was the statement he made? This is my beloved son, whom I am well pleased. That's what I want to hear when I get to heaven. This is my daughter. This is my daughter. I'm pleased in what she's been and the choices that she's made. And one of my favorite verses is in Jeremiah. And remember, Jeremiah was a prophet. He had to say what things were going to happen. And this was one of the statements that he made to the people at that time. And it says, "Thus says the Lord, stand by the roads and look, and ask for the eternal paths where the good old way is, then walk in it, and you will find rest for your souls." And you know what the people responded? They said, "We will not walk in it." They didn't want, I guess, to find the rest, and they chose not to do what they were told to do. And then when you go further on into the Old Testament, they disobeyed. And then you remember the book called Lamentations? That's where the prophet was lamenting over the choices that those people had made. So as you move on after today, what choices are you going to make? Are you going to look forward to when Christ can say, or when God can say, "This is my beloved son or daughter in whom I am well pleased"? And just remember that the road that you choose, if it's God's way, it's the good way, and that's where you find comfort and rest and salvation. At this time, we're going to have one of our students pray. Amen. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to be with us today and for your support for Christian Freedom International.